What's up, TubeU? It's your boy Coyote Mike, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing what's going on with my 2012 F150 V8 5.0 with the Coyote engine. So just installed a lift not too long ago. Notice it's been giving me some problems. Not only that, but I did notice there is a new ticky noise coming from my engine. So I'm going to take you into a more depth video about that. So let's get started. All right, so let me go ahead and give it a morning cold start. We're gonna flip the truck around and we're gonna see if we can find that ticky noise. Alright, you guys, so I'm not sure if you heard that when I was turning the truck around, but the truck did pop as soon as I came to a dead stop and I started turning the wheel to the right. So it was a pretty loud, significant pop coming from my suspension. But that's not what we're after right now. What we're looking for is for the ticking noise in the engine. So I'm going to set you up on a different tripod. I got you on the gimbal right now, so let me switch over to the stationary tripod and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I got you set up on the tripod here, so I'm going to try to demonstrate exactly what it's doing, although it only does it when the truck gets up to temperature. So, but when I'm revving it, you'll hear a slight distinct, like a ticky noise, and it's almost like it's keeping up with the engine, but it's not a rod bearing knock, but let me see if I could go ahead and duplicate the sound, and sometimes when you try to do this, it doesn't want to do it, but let me see if I can duplicate the sound and get it on camera for you guys. so sorry about that. I couldn't get the
Hey,
sound
that's false
duplicated
advertising that, man.
when I was revving the engine and stuff like that. But nonetheless, man, there is a ticking noise. And I know it's not normal from the original, what they say, factory ticking noise. I've already got that ticking noise. I had that around 100,000 miles. This is a new ticking noise that just accumulated that I just got around 160,000 miles. So the only thing I can say that caused this was probably the oil filter. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I know these Coyotes, they recommend strictly OEM Craftsman part. So I went ahead and did a full oil change, drained it all out, put the recommended amount in there, 7.7 quarts. The only thing that was different was the oil filter. When I changed it out the last time, I had put in a TSP, and they did not have the Craftsman. I went to several AutoZones, they didn't have it, so I just settled for the other oil filter, the TSP. So I put that in. Now I did notice that oil was dripping from that oil filter. So I may have been losing oil or whatnot, but it wasn't that significant because I just changed the oil out, and my warning gauge letting me know that my oil was low never came on. But I did notice the oil was coming out from around the oil filter. So once I got this ticking noise, saw it, trying to diagnose it, can't figure out where that ticking noise is coming from. Did a full oil change, put the recommended in, 7.7 quarts, Motorcraft 5-way 20, changed out the oil filter to the Craftsman, and I haven't really been hearing that tick. Now usually I would hear it around operating temperature 195, 200 degrees, but the truck's only idling right now at 89 degrees. I just turned it around, got it started, but later on through the day, before I upload this video, I got to make some runs, try to get it up to operating temperature, and I'm going to see if I can duplicate that sound once again. But that's the only thing that I can come up with, is that maybe the oil filter had something to do with it. I was losing oil, causing the pistons in the engine and stuff not to get that proper oil. But I seriously doubt that. I know this is a common thing. And there's also a TSB, a Technician Service Bulletin, out for this ticking noise. So it requires the truck to go in, they replace some things. It's a pretty extensive amount of things what they need to do to the vehicle. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, and see if Ford's gonna actually cover this for me or not, because the parts that they gave me was pretty pricey, so it's gonna be up there in $1,000 somewhere if they do not cover it. But nonetheless, if the engine's gone, it's more of a low end ticking noise coming from the engine. But if the engine's gone, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna drop a new motor in there with a whipper. So brand new motor, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. But nonetheless, man, sorry I couldn't duplicate that sound. Like I said, the truck has to be at operating temperature. I'm just curious to see what the dealership tells me about this, and then I'll keep you guys updated. But let's jump to this Lincoln, man, because it's still a Ford part, it's still a Ford car. But let me tell you guys a little bit about my wife's vehicle. So her car, her radio, it's that MyTouch data sync, all that, all that stuff. So there's no knob or nothing like that. It's more touch. So her screen had been going off and on, off and on. We tried to update it. It wouldn't take the update. So we knew that we had to replace the modules. So the module is right around $500, $600. But my biggest gripe is that they claim it takes 8 hours to change out the 8-pin module in the back of the Lincoln and program it. But so that ran me about $1,700. But let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so let me show you guys what was going on with the wife's car. Seat back, excuse the mess. Oh, they had to reprogram it so it didn't go. Okay, so basically what was happening with her car is this screen right here. This is a MyTouch, my data sync. You see there's no knobs, everything's just MyTouch. So what was going on with her car is the black screen of death. This screen wasn't even coming on. Let me start it up. So this screen was just completely blacked out, and she loses functions to basically everything. GPS. Let me lower this.
It's on April 28th. Kinvo and Corey Morrow on the 29th.
But yeah, so basically this whole screen right here was blacked out, and it's kind of annoying because she can't control the radio. The radio didn't come on, nothing came on, and still, even with that, when she goes to put it in reverse, it's got a backup camera, but as you can see, the backup camera doesn't really show anything, and it's displayed upside down. So this really irritates the crap out of me and her, but that's just something that is known for Lincoln with this My Data Touch Microsoft basically crap, man. So at first, initially, I thought that this was, I was like, okay, well, they mounted the camera upside down, but that's not the case. This is actually the way it comes. And if you guys are familiar with this, and you guys have Lincoln, this is common on all the Lincolns, where the APIM module goes out, or it displays the backup rear view camera upside down. So if you guys have a Lincoln, you guys know what I'm talking about. So the camera isn't actually mounted upside down. It's something going on with the update and all that other good stuff. Somebody is behind me. Okay, so yeah, so something's going on with the update. It needs to be updated. The camera needs to be changed out somewhere along those lines. So, but it's not upside down. This is the way it is. It's blurry. You can't really see. So before we got the update and whatnot, it was actually showing like red lines and stuff like that. So it kind of looked like an old TV screen where you weren't picking up the channel, and it was showing like a bunch of lines, red, yellow, blue lines, just all the way across. But let me get down to the money part. So in order to replace this module, because it's a radio and behind it there's a module, so to replace it, the module itself is like $500 and something. I got the receipt for that. But so in order to put this in, Lincoln requires that it takes 8 hours to unfasten this side, unfasten this side, unfasten the screws and the 4 bolts that are in here holding it together. They say that it requires 8 hours to remove this whole component area right here, this center dash, this bezel, this whole bezel right here, to remove it, which is kind of ridiculous. But I can have this taken apart in about 10 minutes, you know, and put back together factory. Never knew that it was open. So anyways, with that being said, if you guys are experiencing that black screen of death, just know that it's going to run you about $1,700. So basically $150 an hour is what they charge me. So it came out to $1,736. I'm not sure exact number, but I do know for sure, for certain, $1,700, and I'll post that receipt right here. So with that being said, if you guys are having problems with your black screen of death, just know that that's where you're looking at. That's the price tag for Lincoln to replace it, because they can't just put the module in there. They got to reboot it and program the new module to the vehicle to make everything else work. It's because everything's My Touch, and it's just a pain in the ass. Now I did call and see about putting in a factory or aftermarket radio with the rear view camera and all that stuff, but then again, I'd be losing all these settings right here. You see, it controls the seat warmers, the seat AC. It basically has a lot of function. I'll be losing the ambient lighting display. So this right here. So when she opens her vehicle, she has it set on purple. That's her favorite color. So basically all these colors right here, when you open the door, there's fiber optic lights all throughout here. Everything lights up around the doors, on the entryway. So everything lights up. Let me put it back to purple before I forget. So, but she'll be losing all of these functions. But nonetheless, man, I just wanted to get into that and let you know about her car, what was going on. Now we do got some mods coming to her car. I'm gonna start modding out her car as well too, slowly but surely. She doesn't want me to, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. So I'm gonna get her the front grille emblem where it lights up LED lights, sort of like the new Mercedes look. And I'm also gonna get the LED lights for the side guys, so that's all I got. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell notification, and smash that like button. It really helps your boy out. Until next time, it's your boy Coyote.